Rumor, Games Workshop and Amazon, quote, entirely content to let Henry Cavill's Warhammer 40K live-action project die. A new rumor claims that Games Workshop and Amazon are entirely content to let Henry Cavill's Warhammer 40K live-action TV or film project die. In Games Workshop's 2024 annual report, the company seemingly confirmed a rumor from YouTuber Arch, who claimed in June, quote, right now, the agreement in principle between Games Workshop and Amazon appears to be in effect. This means that a team at Amazon, a team of writers, is right now trying to write out a story that is going to be turned into a Warhammer 40K television show. They have, I believe, a few more months on this deadline for the project, and they have it hand. They have to hand it. Sorry, I brain fart again. They have to hand it in, and then it either has to be greenlit or they have to have their writing date further postponed in the hopes that they can produce something better further down the line, or the entire project will be shelved. He added, those are the three opportunities. Either they'll have a project they'll go ahead with, they'll shelve the whole thing, or they will extend the deadline and try to get a decent product going.
Why?
In other words, nothing is finalized yet. Absolutely nothing. There isn't even any money for the project allocated, as far as my insider can tell, on Amazon's behalf. No writing staff has been truly hired. No money has been truly allocated. No plans have been truly made. Good God. Why?
Not a great plan.
They've been talking about this for a while. Henry Cavill was like really pushing for this, I guess, because he's a huge nerd. It's publicly known he's a huge nerd for Warhammer. They have a big base of people with money, because I thought about this before, like tabletop gaming. Tabletop gaming in general is not exactly a super like cheap hobby to get into, especially this with all these models and like the guides and everything else you need to get. And then there are like little movies and games and whatever, video games or whatever, and all that going into it. It's not a cheap hobby to get into Warhammer 40K. These people have dough to spend. They have time to put into it, like to watch something. And you're just going to leave money on the table? Amazon is like the killer of franchises, man. Swear to God. They got what was the one I was thinking of? I still haven't watched season 2 yet of that doesn't matter. That stupid fantasy show, Wheel of Time. That was it. I still haven't watched season 2 of the Wheel of Time. That one could have been epic. Had a fan base that you could have built on, and they tanked it. That's not doing great. I mean, it's not like in the toilet, but it's not doing great. It looks generic, which is sad. It shouldn't be. And then you've got the Rings of Power, which should have been huge, and it's the most expensive TV show ever made. You tank that. That's been in the gutter since you launched it. They're talking about it's supposed to go for at least 5 years. Like they signed that agreement. They are talking about canceling it after this season because it sucks so bad, and they can cope all they want, but they tanked it. This finally, they could have had something to latch onto, and they're tanking it. Good Omens is like the only thing they've got that's like a halfway popular IP, and it's because I know he's a hot topic right now because of allegations made against him, but because Neil Gaiman is very involved with Good Omens, so it's still good, and they got a great cast. But man, everything else just blows, and they could have had this. I really hope Games Workshop lets this thing die. They go somewhere else and they still keep Henry Cavill. Don't go to Netflix, for the love of God. I really don't know where they're going to go because Disney owns, obviously, Disney Plus and Hulu. I would say either Peacock or, which, for NBC Universal, it would be a good one. Or they could go to Paramount Plus. I think would be a good couple good alternatives. But let's get back into this here real quick. In the company's annual reporter, it stated Games Workshop and Amazon are working together for a period of 12 months ending in December 2024 to agree to creative guidelines for the film and television series to be developed by Amazon. The agreement will only proceed if the creative guidelines are mutually agreed between Games Workshop and Amazon. We will update you accordingly. Yeah, that seems to be going so well. The report also detailed that if things do go well, Amazon has the rights to develop Warhammer Fantasy as well. It states, quote, under the terms of the agreement, Games Workshop is granted exclusive rights to Amazon in relation to films and television series set within the Warhammer 40,000 universe, together with an option for Amazon to license equivalent rights in the Warhammer Fantasy universe following the release of the initial Warhammer 40,000 production. Is that like the games, like the tabletop games? Is that what they're talking about? Like they license the merch for that? Now, Arch provided an update where he shared, quote, it has been complete radio silence on the matter of the TV show ever since we had the last update the last time around. It appears as if both Amazon and Games Workshop are entirely content to just let the project die, honestly. He added, even with a 1-month extension into January, nothing seems to be produced. Still no money is allocated, still no accounts have been created, still no contracts have been signed, etc., etc.
Not great, Bob!
Poor Henry freaking Cavill, man. Arch did provide details on Henry Cavill's role with the project. It was previously announced back in December 2023 that Cavill would be championing a group of screenwriters to bring a Warhammer 40K production to live action, and he would be serving as executive producer. Games Workshop stated in a blog post, all we can tell you right now is that an elite band of screenwriters, each with their own particular passion for Warhammer, is being assembled to help bring the setting and characters you love to the screen. The illustrious group will be championed by Henry Cavill, who stands ready to take his place as executive producer, bringing his pen, sword, and or spear to the project.
Cool.
As for when the final project might arrive, Games Workshop detailed, quote, TV and film production is a mammoth undertaking. It's not unusual for projects to take 2 to 3 years from the point before something arrives on screen. Still, things are now properly rolling, and you can bet we'll bring you all the latest updates and cool snippets as soon as we're able.
Sure, Jan.
Yeah, doesn't seem like it, man. Seems like you're just gonna let it die. You're gonna let Henry Cavill like slip through your fingers again. Like this guy just keeps getting kicked and kicked and kicked. I don't get it. The Warhammer thing, I was excited for him because it's such a passion of his. He already got screwed over on The Witcher. He got screwed over on Superman. The whatever of Ungentlemanly Warfare, that didn't that kind of bombed. That looked okay. I was like, eh. Enola Holmes, I guess, did well. He wasn't like the star, but he was a star. He played Sherlock Holmes. Millie Bobby Brown was obviously the star. And now he's going to be starring in a Highlander remake, which I don't know how well that's going to do. Highlander has fans, but I don't know if that's more of a niche audience, but hopefully not. Hopefully it does well. I wish the best for Henry Cavill. I hope this gets off the effing ground. Amazon just might kill it before it even reaches screens, though, because, can't have something good on Prime Video. Hell no, we gotta have garbage.
Why are you the way that you are?
F Amazon, F Prime Video. Poor Henry Cavill. I really hope they get this going, though, because I just want to see it, and I hope Henry doesn't get screwed over again.